Hi, I'm Amina. Welcome to Numawok Creative. And in my first video, I shared some backstory on this channel, why I'm starting it, what I hope to do here, but I never got around to sharing something important, something you may have been wondering, and that is, what the heck does Numawok Creative mean? Well, it all started back when I was trying to come up with a clever pen name for myself, despite not having anything to actually put that pen name on. I wanted something that reflected me and how my relationship with God kind of fuels and guides my life and often inspires my creative projects, both directly and indirectly. Then one morning at church, I learned that one of the ancient Greek words for the Spirit of God was pneuma, P-N-E-U-M-A. It can mean breath, wind, or vital air, like the animating source of life itself. I took some creative liberty and changed the spelling to N-U-M-A and then added walker, so Numa Walker. To me, it meant I walk by the Spirit, or I sail in whatever direction the winds of the Spirit take me in. Choose your metaphor. Sort of like the Spirit being my muse, even though the Spirit of God is, of course, much more than that. Now, I haven't actually used that pen name yet, but when I started my fiction blog, I decided to smash those two words together to form Numawok and then added the word creative. That blog ran for a few years, but even when I shut it down, the name still lingered. I never gave up the domain name because I had a deep suspicion that there was still more to the story. Fast forward 5 years, and I couldn't imagine naming this channel anything else. The essence of being a Numawok creative is that the creative life is first and foremost a collaborative adventure led by God, a partnership between Him and me and the people He brings into my path. It's inextricably tied to my own journey of becoming. It shifts and turns and ebbs and flows with the seasons of my life. Maybe my creative projects will help me make a living, or maybe not. But I believe that one way or another, I'll end up with a body of work that resonates and leaves a ripple in its wake. Now that sounds beautiful, but it's not always roses and daffodils. There have been a lot of ups and downs for me, both in my creative life and my spiritual journey. I love the God I've encountered. The Jesus I know is beautiful, compelling, and deeply good. I can't imagine walking away from Him. For me, it's never been about whether God exists. It's more about figuring out what's true of His nature. Like I said, I love the Jesus I meet in Scripture, but honestly, there's a lot about God in the Bible that's confusing and honestly straight up terrifying. There are moments when I wonder if what I've experienced is too good to be true and maybe God has some sort of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation going on. But instead of my usual MO of pushing these fears down, I'm learning to let that tension pull me closer to fuel my seeking. I feel like spiritual and existential angst are just natural parts of being human, and avoidance just creates a ton of anxiety that comes out sideways. And as a self-aware Numawok creative, I know that in order to keep growing and generating authentic work that comes from deep within me, I need to wrestle with these questions. So since I'm looking at my journey in a holistic way, I might share glimpses of this process here and there as I go. But yeah, that's the story behind Numawok Creative. If anything I shared today resonated with you, I would love if you could hit the like button and let me know in the comments. And if you are curious where the winds of the Spirit will take me next, hit that subscribe button and come along for the ride.